Welcome to Newsmakers. My name is Sean Smith. I'm the Assistant Director of Community Relations for Chesterfield County Public Schools. Join us today, Dr. Melanie Haimes-Bartolf. Welcome to you, Melanie.
Thank you.
It's great to have you with us. For our viewers out there, you are the Instructional Specialist for Science for Chesterfield Schools, K through 12. And we want to talk about a couple different things in the short time we do have. But you recently helped put together and host just a fabulous fair, a STEM fair. And share with the viewers a little about the STEM fair, how it happened, and how that day went.
Well, for many, many years as an educator, I've been involved in science fairs. But the reality is that we don't just do science anymore. We do science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And oftentimes the science fair was just a secondary school event, and I really wanted to articulate the K through 12 science experience. And I felt that it was just becoming kind of dated. So I had just decided one day after last year's science fair that we were going to do a STEM fair, a county-wide K through 12 STEM fair. We were going to do it at the Science Museum of Virginia, and everything was aligned perfectly in the atmosphere because it happened. But I do want to say that above all, it would have never taken off. It would have never been a success except that it was a community event, a parent event, a teacher event, a student event. Everybody was involved, and that's what made it so wonderful.
Now tell us, obviously for that day it was very successful. For the parents and students who were there, what were one or two of the kind of the activities that were taking place that they were doing that day?
Well, we wanted to do a wide variety, but we wanted to focus on hands-on activities. So two of the hands-on activities were one we called Minute to Win It, which was based on that popular TV show, but featured science and technology activities, engineering activities that the students had 1 minute as a challenge to complete as teams. The other one was a STEM Olympics of the Mind, which was a little more complex because they actually had to do some planning and designing and creating to solve an engineering design challenge. We also had asked the STEM experts, so we had professionals circulating and talking to students, so students could just like a conversation at the dinner table about what did you do today in science. And then we had our traditional science fair projects, which were so wonderful because instead of students defending it, which I realize is antithetical to what we normally do, it allowed everybody to interact. Students interacted with students, adults interacted, professionals interacted with students, so they could just have a casual conversation about what I did in this project.
When we talk about STEM, we've jumped around it personally, but obviously for our viewers, science, technology, engineering, and math. And as you think about the STEM fair itself, in simpler terms, talk about the importance of STEM for education purposes for children in our school division.
Well, the reality of the world, and I think it actually was a reality of our world even centuries ago, but the reality is that science, technology, engineering, and math don't happen in isolated bubbles, that they are integrated. Whenever good things happen in our society, innovations, they happen as a result of all of those subjects being integrated and feeding off of each other. So I thought it was really important for students to understand about that integration. Also, since as a society we've moved away from apprenticeship programs, students really don't get the opportunity to do a lot of applied experiences in STEM. So this really gives them at least an opening to doing that. The Science Museum was a wonderful venue because anything they didn't quite understand, they could seek the answer there through their many displays and their demonstrations, and the experts were there.
And obviously, as people think about STEM, there may be some things that they're learning. The great example you gave was the game show Minute to Win. I think people out there have seen that show now, and it clicks and understand why.
Right.
But do you often see people, even our youngest students, learning about it, not realizing the actual applications they may have down the road?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, a lot of the feedback from teachers and parents from that day was, oh my gosh, now they know why this works. Just from even little things that seem kind of simple, the physics behind them, the principles often aren't that simple, but once the children actually perform the activity and they kind of start to intuitively understand what's supposed to happen to make it work, that's the hook.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on the great STEM fair. We know you'll be back, I know, years coming forward. So.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
And thanks to our viewers. And please join us next time when we're about Chesterfield County Public Schools.